Back with you for another video tutorial on Flippa buying websites. What we're going to do now, folks, is we're going to go to high-end websites, and high-end websites just typically cost more money. So that's kind of what it is, basically. And as you can see, Flippa does a really good job of those who pay for premium listings. They do a really good job putting their websites in front of someone else. Now, let me also hurry to add this. When you're dealing with purchasing websites, you really want to, over a certain dollar amount anyway, and we won't tell you what that a dollar amount is for liability purposes. However, here at WordPress SEO Academy anyway, anything over anything over $1,999, we will not go through PayPal. We'll go through an escrow service, typically escrow.com. And the reason is escrow.com does a really great job of managing your payment, getting it to the buyer. If you transfer funds, well, when you transfer funds into escrow, they'll make sure both people are happy with what's going on, and they'll release the funds dependent upon that. So high-end websites are just going to cost money, and folks, what we want to caution you against is even bidding on a website if you do not have the entire amount of money somebody is asking for. So let's look at whoopid.com. Whoopid.com is currently at $5,000, but the price for this website is $459,000. So that's a really high-end website. Now, gross revenue and then net profit. So basically this site is selling for, wow, 20, 30, wow, this site is selling for what, 30, 40, wow, 60 times revenue or 50 times revenue, something like that. However, the great news is that there is really, even with high-end websites, there is really no hard fast rule on trying to determine, even with high-end websites, what if somebody's charging too much for a site. Remember, the market determines price. So if even if this website, let's just say, was just doing $1,000 a month, and they still wanted to charge $459,000 or whatever that is, if somebody pays it, that's what the market will bear, and it's worth it. So we're not really going to give you any hard fast rules concerning trying to come up with a price on what you should pay and what's too much for a website, because as that cliche goes, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. As far as this, also, before we move forward, let me say this, is that we've seen quite a few times on here where somebody would or say that they bid on a website. The buy it now is going to negate people doing that. But at the end of the day, when it's a bidding war, just say ebookie.org is another high-end website on Flippa for sale for $2 million, and whoever won the auction or whatever it was, the sale didn't go through. They weren't serious. So be careful with that, because you will flat get banned from Flippa playing games. So when we go down and look at high-end websites, folks, what we will notice is that those buy it now prices are high. So let's look at niche video builder. When we look at niche video builders, 18 bids, 11,000, and this is a high-end website, and the buy it now price is $75,000. The gross revenue is well, the earnings are here. However, this would be, so basically they're asking them 70 times what revenue is to buy this site. So again, at the end of the day, a site's going to be worth what somebody is willing to pay for it. And in these huge deals, please always know that there's a due diligence process that has to happen. We are going to show you that now. Again, we want to, especially for high-end websites, it is even more critical that you do your due diligence, and this is a great place to start with doing your due diligence right here on Flippa.com. So as we go back out, we continue down, and this is the website we referred to. Somebody bid it and won the bid, I guess, but the deal didn't get closed for some reason, and at the end of the day, something happened and it's just no longer viable. Now, when we look at this, and this is just how we view things, just keep that in mind. $2 million. So let's go down to earnings. So earnings, so basically they're asking for 50 times gross revenue. What that basically means, it'll take you 4 years. If that website was bought at this price, if these earnings are so, and we haven't done the due diligence on that, take you 4 years and a few months to make your investment back. Now, does that mean the site isn't worth it? We don't know. Again, it's in the eye of the beholder. However, here at WordPress SEO Academy, we would have a very difficult time bringing, not so much raising the money, but just bringing folk in to just bringing the investors, well, just paying that 50 times earnings for a website. When we look at this site, and this is just to get your juices flowing when you're looking at high-end websites, is that one thing about this is these people, they're doing, according to what they say anyway, they're certainly doing big, they're doing big business. But at the same time, this site is pretty dynamic. We have forums here, we have ebooks and files and software. We have a lot of things going on here. So as we said before, the earnings may look good. The earnings may look good, and you may even be able to afford it. But as we told you in an earlier video, sites, especially huge sites like this, can be totally overwhelming if you don't know what you're doing or you don't have the proper management team in place to take care of this. Now, what we see here on this high-end website, this would be a red flag to us. It says, warning, domain registered after this establishment claim. So essentially, this is something that you certainly want to look into. You want to ask what the deal is with this and be able to verify the information, because this would be a serious financial commitment. So as we go down, just looking at this, we're going to just cover something also real quickly. You can down on the rest of these and determine what it is that you might want to look into. But they also have a feature here where you can localize your search results. So let's just say you wanted to look at domains. So .com, .net, .org. They will segregate those results by that particular search request, or .com, just .org, just .net. You can go up, and we really love this feature here because this kind of breaks out a domain name's age. Now again, that isn't indicative of how long the current owner has owned the domain, just when the domain was registered. So now with that said, and we'll go to 3-year-old domains, we want to point something out, because a lot of times it's believed the older a domain is, the better it is, and that certainly is just not the truth from an age perspective. Yes, that helps with search engine optimization, but at the end of the day, a 10-year-old domain, let's just say it was registered in 2002 to 2012, it might be kicked